All right, here we go. Part 3 of the transmission. I lied. I said there was going to be 2, but get over it. We have some things to button up. We got to get the cooler in. I got to get the drive shaft shortened. I'm going to do that at work with some machining. I'm going to show you that later. So we're just going to get right back at it. I still got to put the transfer case in, the adapter in between the transmission and the transfer case. But we're just going to get at it and get it done and try to get everything hooked up and ready for that drive shaft.
Okay, here's what we got going on. We got to get the trans mount remounted to the transmission so we can weld on this. I went ahead and cleaned it all the way around. We'll get that welded on, and then we got to put the transfer case in it. Once we do that, we're going to take drive shaft measurements and button up a couple other things, wiring, clipping all the stuff in the right places for vent tubes and everything. I'll show you when we're done getting everything installed today. Alright, we're making some pretty good headway. I got the dipstick tube in after the third one. We got the transfer case on. I do have to pull the trans mount and put 2 bolts under there. So transfer case is good. Now I gotta pull the starter I bought and put in torque converter bolts. So we'll get on that next. Once we get that done, we'll move on to the next thing. Okay, here we go. We gotta make a bracket to hold our fan onto the frame, and I got kind of a unique way to do it. So we're just gonna start drawing and let you kind of figure it out as we get there. Basically, it's going to attach here, and then the frame is right here, and we'll run 2 bolts through here. Yeah. Alright, let's transfer. Alright, break time. I think I forgot to start the camera. Very close. I don't really care, so we're just gonna make them mirror images. So I squared it to my lip just because my pattern may have moved to the bend I just made. That'd be your most accurate way of doing it. Isn't it? Oh. Should have did that one first, the other one last. Okay. Looks like those get done on the vise. So yeah, these work great if you've never used one. I gotta go mark some holes so we can drill them. This is pretty much the last part. Should have plenty of hardware, but I do gotta go get some self-tappers. Alright, as you can see, we got the brackets installed. Looking good. This is the front view. So now we're gonna put the cooler on here. I gotta drill some holes still. Still drill some holes, and we'll go from there. That one's done. Let's keep going. I put the torque converter bolts in and the dust cover on. I did have to take off my crossover tube. I thought I made it where I could get it out, but it was just a little too tight, which no big deal. I like that it's tucked up. I think it works out great, so we're gonna continue on, put the drive shaft in, and then we're gonna start making some fuel lines, but I'll get back at you when we start making the fuel lines. Alright, we got our transmission lines all done. I didn't show you that because it's just a bunch of AN fittings. You can see down there. The cooler's all hooked up. They're the black lines that run through here. Right over here. And that comes down below the transmission. They swoop back a little bit and then come right over to the transmission. Turned out really good. I like it. But time to add some transmission fluid. I know that's not enough, but that's good enough to get us started. So let's finish up the power steering and try to crank this thing up.
Okay, last day on the transmission, I hope. With a little luck, we'll finish it up today. All we gotta do is fill up with some more fluid in it. Have the truck already off the ground so we can see if all the wheels spin. But a couple things I got done off the camera. We got the the drive shaft shortened. We have the front one in, even though it's just it's about 1.5 inches short. We're gonna run with it for right now, just for testing. All the trans lines are done, so we'll have to see how many leaks we have. 3 lines, and probably about 6 leaks or so. We're gonna fire up the truck real quick, let it kind of circulate some of the fluid, and then we'll turn it off and put some more fluid in it and do a restart and kind of let it idle for a little bit. I don't have the serpentine belt on it just yet for all the fluids to mix through, but it should last for a couple of minutes. It shouldn't get too hot just sitting here, so let's get to it. Be right back. I forgot I have a new tune for the injector size and turned over to speed density. So I'm gonna load that in and come back for a fire up. All right, I got the tune loaded in. Surprisingly enough, wasn't too bad. Never would think that I was using a computer to tune a truck. Let's see how the fire up goes. It also has 36-pound injectors in it, so this should offset for some of that, so it won't run so rich, hopefully. Success, but when you throw it in a drive, it really picks up speed fast, and I don't have brakes on it yet, so I think we're good. It's got gears, so I'm gonna check the fluid again here in a minute, but I'll call that a success. This is Jake's level 5 performance kit, along with his D3 trans brake, and when I put it in drive, it jumped 1 to 2 real quick, so I really like that I can have a trans brake and an automatic transmission, so let's go. We're gonna have some live action coming soon. Stick around, and third episode. Sorry it was one more than I told you. Let's go.